Hey, what's up, guys? This is Andrew from Dividend Growth Masters. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about how I screen for dividend stocks for a while now, so I thought I would kind of create a video on my process. And I've already talked about some of the tools I use. I have a lot of videos on dividend stock screening, and stock screening is actually my preferred way of screening for stocks. So I'll just go over some of the tools that I use and some of the methodologies that I use as well. So right now I primarily use three different types of stock screeners. The first one is Dividend.com. So if you just go to Dividend.com, go under Tools and Stock Screener, you can use their free stock screener. They have a paid version as well, but I've actually never used it. Well, this is a really great stock screener because you can screen by sector, you can screen by dividend payment history, so stocks that have paid dividends for 10, 15, 20 years, you can screen by that metric as well. So it's a really great tool to be able to narrow down your universe and have a good list of 20 or 30 stocks that you can look more closely at. The other tool that I like to use, and this is probably my favorite, is Finviz. So Finviz has a really great stock screener, and you can pretty much screen by any metric that you want. You can screen by market cap, you can screen by fundamental factors like earnings growth, dividend yield, free cash flow. You can also screen by technical factors as well, like the moving average, the 200-day moving average, stuff like that. So very useful tool, and it's completely free as well. And this is actually a new tool that I've been using lately. It's created by the same guy that owns Simply Safe Dividends. I've actually never talked to him, but I've been using the stock screener a lot more recently. It's a really great tool. It's a little bit like Finviz, but it's more built for dividend investors. So you can screen by margins, you can screen by book value, you can screen by payout of the dividend, stuff like that. And they have really neat charts as well. And I believe you can download it into an Excel file as well. So those are primarily the three dividend screeners that I'm using right now. I used to use the screener from Google Finance a lot, but they got rid of that tool. I don't know why, because it was literally one of the best stock screeners on the market that was for free. So that's no longer available. So I used these three. One thing that I also use is just Seeking Alpha. So Seeking Alpha is really just like a crowdsourced website where people submit articles on their favorite stocks, and you can they have a dividend section as well, so you can kind of look through what people are talking about in terms of good dividend stocks to invest in. So that's very helpful as well. I primarily use it as a screening tool, just looking through what people are talking about and then digging in myself in terms of what's actually going on with the stock. Another tool that I use sometimes is valueinvestorsclub.com. So if you're big into value investing, you'll likely know who Joel Greenblatt is from Columbia University. He owns this website. He created it, I don't know, like 15 or 20 years ago. So it still looks, the website has been updated a little bit, but it still looks, pretty neat and clean. But it's basically a website where people have to submit applications to apply to submit ideas. So a lot of the ideas are screened by the people that own the website. So the ideas are generally pretty good. And sometimes they have some good dividend stocks here that I like to do some more research into. And aside from this, I also talk to a lot of friends who are also dividend investors, and that gives me a lot of good ideas as well. Now that idea behind screening for dividend stocks is you just want to uncover as many rocks as you can. So that's really my process on how I do it. If you have any other questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer them.